Hey guys, tonight we wander into the sun-baked courtyards of Bubastis, Egypt, circa 600 BCE, where the dawn isn't greeted with roosters, but with the slow blink of golden feline eyes. You're barefoot on limestone, still cool from the night, watching a priest in linen so stiff with ritual sweat it could stand on its own. He's pouring milk into a clay bowl shaped like a cat's head. And honestly, it smells like your college fridge after a 3-day power outage. But this isn't neglect, it's devotion. The milk's meant to curdle. Bastet, the cat goddess, apparently preferred her breakfast with a side of tang. And who are we to judge? You'd think temple life for sacred cats would be all lounging and adoration, and it mostly is. But let's get one thing straight, you wouldn't last a morning here. The priests have been up since pre-dawn, chanting hymns that sound suspiciously like yowling, and the air's already thickening with the kind of heat that makes your sandals stick to the floor. That milk ritual? It's not just symbolic. Curdled milk was the ancient equivalent of a probiotic smoothie, believed to ward off evil spirits, or maybe just bad breath. Historians still argue whether the sour stench was part of the spiritual experience or just a way to keep tourists, or pilgrims, from overstaying their welcome. Speaking of which, the cats are arriving now. Not in a discreet way, mind you. These are Bastets chosen, slinking in with the entitlement of influencers at a free brunch. A scarred tomcat with one ear chewed off claims the first bowl, lapping with the messy enthusiasm of a frat brother at a keg stand. You notice the priests don't pet them. Oh no, these cats are deities, not DMs. Touch one without permission, and the punishment involves a reed whip and a month of cleaning ibis cages. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, drop a comment letting me know where you're watching from and what time it is there. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. As the first proper rays of Ra's sun hit the courtyard, the cats begin their, well, let's call it morning meeting. A sleek calico leaps onto the altar, tail twitching like a metronome, while 3 kittens bat at a dried fish skeleton someone left as a thank you for fertility blessings. The priests start recording the day's first omen. If a cat sneezes before noon, it means the Nile will flood twice this year. Spoiler, they sneeze a lot. Ancient Egyptian meteorology was optimistic. You're trying to ignore the milk smell, really, but it's everywhere, clinging to your tunic, mixing with the incense, creating a fragrance I'll call Ode to Divinity. The lead priest shoots you a look. He knows you're not supposed to be here, but neither was that Nubian trader who tried to swap a counterfeit cat amulet for a free prophecy in 592 BCE, and look how that turned out. Hint, the lions at the zoo got a new chew toy. By the way, if you're wondering why the milk isn't fresh, blame logistics. The nearest dairy farms are a half-day's walk away, and donkey carts aren't exactly refrigerated. The curdling's a feature, not a bug, like those kombucha moms you're culturing in your pantry right now. Admit it, as the last drops of milk vanish from the bowls, the cats disperse like retirees after a buffet. The priests sigh, pull out brooms made of palm fronds, and start sweeping away paw prints. It's 7:03 a.m., only 14 more hours of cat worship to go. The milk stench lingers, but the priests have moved on to their next sacred duty, carpentry. You're handed a chisel, blunt, because of course it's blunt, and a block of Lebanese cedar so fragrant it makes your sinuses tingle. This isn't for building shrines or thrones. No, you're carving scratching posts. Not the sad carpeted kind you guiltily order online for your tabby, but monumental ones taller than you, etched with hieroglyphs that roughly translate to disturb this cat and Anubis will yeet your soul into the sun. A priest sidles up, sweat dripping onto his mallet. He demonstrates the proper technique, shallow grooves spaced exactly 2 finger widths apart. The goal? Mimic tree bark. Apparently, never mind that Egypt's idea of a forest is 3 palm trees and a mirage. You chip away, wood shavings sticking to your sandal straps, while a marmalade-colored cat watches with the judgmental silence of a Michelin inspector. When you finally step back, she saunters over, sniffs the post, and walks away. Classic, but these posts aren't just feline furniture. They're theological lightning rods. Every scratch is considered a prayer, a literal clawing toward divine favor. Priests document the depth and direction of the marks each morning, interpreting them like stock market tickers. A vertical scratch means Bastet's pleased. A horizontal one suggests she's peckish. Scholars still argue whether this was sacred symbology or just priests justifying their job security. And don't even get me started on the hieroglyphic warnings. One stele near the temple gates depicts a man being trampled by sheep for shooing a cat mid-scratch. Ancient Egyptians didn't do timeouts. You wipe resin off your hands, noticing a junior scribe in the corner getting scolded. He'd accidentally used the hieroglyph for mouse instead of scratching post in the temple logs. Now he's on dung collection duty for a month. Harsh? Maybe. But imagine the chaos if future archaeologists thought Egyptians worshipped rodent-shaped furniture. The cedar scent is almost overwhelming now, mixing with the lingering sour milk and a new aroma. Myrrh burning in a brazier shaped like a lion's head. It's the olfactory equivalent of a Spotify focus mix for cats. A black kitten ambushes a wood curl, batting it toward a priest's feet. He freezes mid-chisel as if the kitten's playfulness might be a divine test. Spoiler, it's not. The kitten just likes shiny things. Here's a fun fact, a mainstream this time. Cedar was Egypt's luxury import, hauled across deserts by donkeys that probably deserved raises. But the quirky bit, temple cats preferred freshly carved posts. Once the wood dried out, priests had to anoint it with fish oil. Yes, the same stuff they used in lamps. Nothing says holy ritual like the stench of week-old tilapia. As the sun climbs, the scratching posts become a hub of activity. A one-eyed tableau, part tabby, part loaf, claims the post you carved, shredding it with the vigor of a tax auditor. The priest nods solemnly, jotting notes. A diagonal scratch, one whispers. Bastet demands, more naps. Translation, they're making this up as they go. You spot a hieroglyph on the wall behind them. A cat perched atop a post, paw raised like a tiny dictator. The caption, "He who interrupts the sacred scratch forfeits his key to the sandstorms." Translation, don't be rude, ever. By midday, the courtyard's littered with wood debris and catnip, or as they called it, joy herb. Side note, the temple's nip supply was guarded more tightly than Pharaoh's wine cellar. Lose a batch and you be mummified alive. Probably. As you sneak a sip of palm wine, strictly forbidden, but you're not the one risking eternal sun yeeting. A priest catches you. He doesn't yell, just smiles and points to a stele showing a man drinking while a cat scratches. The caption? A tongue swollen with wine speaks lies to Bastet. You set the cup down. Slowly. The cats, meanwhile, have entered their post-scratch bliss. They sprawl like fuzzy rugs, bellies rising and falling in rhythm with the priest's chants. You half expect one to demand a spa cucumber eye mask. Instead, a gray elder cat hops onto a post, licks her paw, and stares directly at you. It's unnerving. Ancient Egyptians believed cats could see into the duat, the underworld. Right now, you're pretty sure she's seeing your browser history. As the shadows lengthen, villagers arrive with linen sacks squirming with something, but that's tomorrow's problem. For now, the scratching posts stand victorious, gouged and fragrant, while the priests collapse onto stools, splinters in their sandals, and fish oil in their hair. You're just glad no one yeeted you into the sun.